Gentlemen,
I'll comp you guys back.
Troy G. Ward.
I'll dig you up on that.
Troy, we'll start off with just Lance Boma. Your thoughts on his play, and especially his play when you guys play the Texas Stars. It just seems that he's had a great run, obviously, 4 points against them, and comes up big tonight for you guys.
Yeah, well, you know, Booms matches up personality-wise against them. They've got some guys that play with some energy, and it's like two energy trains hitting each other, you know, and Booms seems to thrive in that environment, and I think because of the way he plays and his reckless abandon at times, like that's drawn some attention, and it seems to make him have a lot of saliva. Like he's kind of like wants to play all the time. Like it got to kind of like he wants off the bench all the time. So he's had some success against him, and you know, if this was the 70s and I could take him to a bar and play bumper pool with him right now, I'd take him because we'd probably win. It's a heck of a shot.
Talk a bit about your penalty kill. You guys had two big kills in the third period to help you hang on to it.
Well, that penalty kill group in particular changes obviously a little bit with our personnel changes, but you know, they thrive in it. I think the one thing that they were a little bit disappointed in the first one. Like you could see, like when they scored right away, they were like, "Oh, okay, we worked so hard to understand what the other team's going to do and what we have to do," and then they kind of felt like they gave up an easy one. And I thought we worked a little bit harder. I thought the difference in the penalty kill as the game went on after the first goal was based just on pressure. I thought we got to pressure areas and we got on them a little quicker, and we didn't give them as much time. When I watch the film tomorrow, I'm sure I'll see times that we didn't pressure as much, but in general it felt like we pressured a lot more. So that to me was the biggest dictator that we had. Like we got to the outside areas and we put pressure on them, and then we won some 50-50 battles.
I know Joe was in the box for one of those calls, but did having him back help you out at all?
It did, but we miss him in those situations. He's obviously one of our best penalty killers. He's been that for 2 years here. And it was nice to have Joe back because Joe is like an infectious guy. Like he might be one of the nicest people in the world. Like he's just a good guy, and he has a lot of time for people and energy. And it was interesting though. He's like, I'm coming back to a whole different team. Like I had to introduce myself to like 5 or 6 guys in this team today. Like he's been gone that long, almost a month. So there are a lot of new faces, but it was nice to have Joe back. And actually, I would tell you, like I thought Joe played a lot better than I thought he was going to play. This is a tough game. Playing in the National Hockey League is a lot easier than playing here. It's way easier. This is playing like a Chinese fire drill for that kid out there tonight. And he's used to playing, over the last month, he's used to playing chess. You know, very calculated when people are coming. You know your time and space. It's about your execution level here. And, you know, we talked tonight before the game. He was like nervous. He's like, God, I watched some clips, you know, because he got here early and did his work. We made him do his homework on this team. And he's like, they just keep coming at you from all directions. And that's going to be a real wake-up call for me because up top it's a little more calculated. But I thought he handled himself really well.
Sure, you got a bench line in the first period for too many players on the ice?
Yeah.
Why did Kalanis serve it?
Just because it's a tactical maneuver. Never going to put him on the penalty kill because it's not his gig. But I like him coming out of the box because, you know, if you get the other team sleeping, this is the guy that will find the space and get the breakaway. This is also the guy that usually you throw out your best 2 groups on the power play, and you always got to come out of a power play with not your best group. So this is the time I can get him time and space. I can get him out there against the right matchups. So. Huh?
Didn't work for him coming out of the penalty box.
No, it didn't work. Yeah, so, but no, he's usually the guy. I'll put him over there. I'd put a Walter over there. I kind of like the guys. And the guy that comes out of the box has a special role for us. Like, he has to do something. So there's the upside of the offensive side of that maneuver, but there's a downside sometimes defensively. Like, if they got to come out and they got to go do a certain thing in our end, you're also putting, you know, certain guys in positions where they don't normally want to be. And so there's a risk and reward with that maneuver.
What would you describe that Alou and Blackwater bring to the team?
Well, Alou first to me is just at this level, the size and the girth of people makes a big difference. He gives us size, and he gives us he can get to places in a quick hurry. Like, he's got good feet. He's got NHL feet. So that's what he brings. Obviously, he's got skill. Like, you saw skill tonight. There's no question this kid's got skill. You can see why he was drafted in the second round. That's what he brings. I thought Blackwater, the one thing about Judd is that the puck is always on his tape, or it's always around this guy like it's a magnet. And that's pretty encouraging. It was pretty encouraging. Like, I don't think this kid really got totally on everything done that he probably can get done at this level. Like, I see a lot of talent there, and there's some things about him, like he's got a little dirt under his fingernails. Like, he ain't afraid to get in there and get dirty neither. So he's got skill, and he's got that little bit of that moxie about his game that I liked, and so I liked him, actually. I liked him both games.
You've always talked about the chemistry that the team has in an entire unit. When the players come to the team, such as Blackwater, the rest of the team embrace them and just welcome them?
Yeah, they do. Like, we win by committee here. Like, this is a good committee. Like, we win by committee. Like, I wouldn't say that we played that great tonight. I think anybody would argue against that. You got to give Texas a lot of credit. We didn't play that great tonight, but we win by committee. Different people chip in at different times. We have certain guys that want to step up to the plate. And, you know, the one thing about Calgary, like, in my year and whatever time here, year and a half, the one thing I will say about Calgary players in general is their character is really high. Their character is really high, and their commitment to life and team is good. Like, I like the people we have. Like, I'm very fortunate to come to work and work with good young players. Could we have more success tonight on all the 2-on-1s and 1-on-0s that we did have to potentially put this thing out of hand? For sure. But I think we might live with that as a group of people in this town all year. Like, that's just kind of the way this team is. But I'll tell you what, like, they don't let you leave your seats because they don't quit, and they stay together and they play together as a group. And that's a credit to that group of men in there. And they welcome those guys. So, you know, to answer your question, which maybe I didn't totally answer, like, they embrace those guys. They embrace them. They make them feel welcome. So I think when you see guys like those guys have success, I have to manage them into positions to be successful, but most importantly, the only reason why they're successful is because the group of people in the room allows them to be here and allows them to be a part of it.
Lastly from me, you're entering 2012. What type of goals have you set for the team, and have you reached the goals that you set in October or in August for now?
Well, I think we set out with a mountain theme, like we were going to climb Mount Baker because we see it every day. You know, we said that we're going to have to survive whatever Mount Baker has on it, and it's going to have its difficult times. It's going to rear its bad head. I wouldn't say that maybe travel. We've reached a couple of those. We're kind of in one right now. We're a little bit on, like, maybe level 2 or 3 on the climb, but it's been like we're climbing with not our normal group right now. So I like us, though, right now to face some adversity. Like, I think it's important if we're going to become a great team and have a chance to win postseason, if we get to that point. Like, I think we have to play through adversity, and we're playing through it right now. So I want us to play through more adversity from the next month and a half. Like, I want that for our group, and then I want to see how we can handle that. As far as goals are concerned, like, we set out to just become the best team we could and put ourselves with a Calder Cup standard. We just continue to push the standard as to what we want to play at. Like, last night we weren't happy at all with our standard. Like, it wasn't the fact that we won. We weren't a joyous group in there this morning. It wasn't like everybody was all excited. We were like, that's well below our standards. We gave up 40-some shots. So the one thing I do want to keep pushing here, and the guys want to keep pushing, is what they want to up their standard. Their standard is based on their own individual play and how they play within the team, and they kind of know when they play within that. And I don't think, you know, any player today would answer you like, we didn't play within our standards this weekend. Regardless of who's on this team, we have a standard that we want to adhere to, and we're not quite there right now, but we've got a lot of new players, so we got to find that.
Gentlemen, we good? Excellent. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.